All right, today we're going to explore something that might just challenge everything you thought you knew about oral care. We're talking about a completely new way of looking at the health of our mouths and a perspective that suggests we've been getting it wrong for a very, very long time.
So let me just kick this off with a pretty wild question. What if that brushing, that rinsing, all the things you do every single day to keep your mouth clean, what if they're actually part of the problem?
To really get our heads around this, we're going to walk through 5 key ideas. First, we'll totally rethink what the mouth is. Then, we'll look at why the old way is so flawed. After that, we'll dive into a new regenerative approach, understand the science behind it, and finally, see how it all clicks together in a complete system. Okay, first things first, we have to fundamentally change how we even see our mouths, because trust me, it's so much more than just a place to hold your teeth. I mean, just look at this. We need to stop thinking of the mouth as this passive structure and start seeing it for what it is, a dynamic, living, incredibly complex biosystem. Get this, it's home to over 700 different types of microorganisms. It has constant shifts in pH, and it's directly wired into your immune system, your vascular system, your nervous system. It's literally an entire world in there. So, if our mouth is this intricate ecosystem, how does our traditional approach to hygiene stack up? Well, spoiler alert, it doesn't. In fact, it's based on a pretty massive misunderstanding. For like a century, oral care has been dominated by one single idea: clean and suppress. The goal has always been simple, right? Scrape off all the plaque you can and then use chemicals to kill everything else. A scorched earth policy, basically. And this diagram right here shows the exact vicious cycle that creates. That aggressive cleaning just obliterates the microbiome. This throws that delicate ecosystem completely out of whack, which then leads directly to chronic problems like inflammation, sensitivity, you name it. It's a fix that's only ever temporary and honestly pretty superficial. Okay, so if the old way is just a downward spiral, what's the alternative? Well, this new approach builds a completely different model. It's one based on cultivating health, not just constantly fighting off disease. This one quote just flips the whole script. Instead of trying to sterilize your mouth, the goal is to make the environment so healthy that it can regenerate and take care of itself. And this new philosophy has given birth to a totally new product category. It's called an Oral Bio-Regenerative Medium, or OBRM for short. Now, this is not toothpaste. It's not a cosmetic. It's not a typical dental product. Its only job is to regulate, restore, and stabilize that entire oral environment. And you can see this philosophy reflected right in the ingredients. The focus is all on things that work with your body, stuff like biomimetic hydroxyapatite. But just as important is what they leave out. So you're not going to find any harsh detergents, no sugars, and absolutely no aggressive antiseptics that just carpet bomb your microbiome. Okay, that's the big idea. But how does it actually work? Like on a scientific level? Let's dive into the core mechanism that makes this whole thing possible. So the foundation of this whole thing is a technology called SIM14 colloidal silver, and the critical difference is shown right here. This is not a chemical silver salt that acts like some broad-spectrum antibiotic, killing everything in sight. No, this uses silver in its pure physical form as nanoparticles to work on a biophysical level. It's a massive distinction. And this biophysical action does 3 incredibly intelligent things. First, it regulates the microbiome. It stops the bad guys from forming biofilms, but it leaves the good, friendly flora alone. Second, it helps stabilize the pH and ionic balance, which means less acid attacking your enamel. And third, it has an anti-inflammatory effect, calming down your body's chronic immune response so your tissues can actually, regenerate. So now let's take a look at how this science gets applied across a complete system designed for total biophysical regulation of your mouth. The system is built around 3 unique solutions, and each one is tailored for a very specific job. You've got Core for daily regeneration, Gum Repair for targeted tissue restoration, and Night to support your body's healing processes while you sleep. Let's start with Core. Think of this as your daily driver, your universal system for maintenance. It supports a healthy microbiome, and it uses that special hydroxyapatite to actually fill in the microcracks in your enamel. That restores its density and cuts down on sensitivity. And get this, it does it all super gently with a really low abrasive index. Next up is Gum Repair. This one's a specialist. Its main job isn't even cleaning, it's to actively shift inflamed gum tissue out of that chronic inflammatory state and into recovery phase. This is absolutely critical for protecting dental implants, which can be real hotspots for aggressive inflammation. And it works on 5 specific levels. It controls the bad biofilms without nuking the good bacteria. It regulates inflammation. It restores microcirculation to help reduce bleeding. It activates tissue regeneration. And it provides super targeted protection for implants. It's a multi-pronged attack on the problem. And finally, let's talk about the night. This is such a critical window of time. See, during the day, saliva protects your mouth. But at night, saliva flow drops, the environment gets more acidic, and you're more vulnerable. But here's the paradox. That's also when your body's natural regenerative powers are at their peak.
So the night formula is engineered for this exact state. It gives you gentle, long-lasting biofilm control for 6 to 8 hours. And here's the key. It has 0 harsh stimulants like menthol, which can actually amp up your nervous system and increase muscle tension. Instead, it promotes neurosensory relaxation, which can help with things like clenching and basically just lets your body do its repair work in peace.
This table just lays it all out, crystal clear. Ordinary pastes are all about cleaning. Professional products from the pharmacy aim for control. But Oral Quantum introduces a third way, regulation. We're moving from suppressing the microbiome to balancing it, from just polishing enamel to actually regenerating it. We're shifting from simple mechanics to sophisticated biophysics. It's a whole new category.
So what this all really points to is a fundamental shift. We're moving away from just mechanical and chemical warfare on our mouths and towards creating intelligent environments. The future of oral health, it seems, isn't just a better toothpaste. It's using biophysics to empower our own bodies to heal and regulate themselves. And that leaves us with a final thought that goes way beyond just our mouths, doesn't it? It's about a whole new approach to health in general. If you had the tools to actually regulate your body's own biosystems instead of just constantly chasing and masking symptoms, just think about it. Where would you start?